What's up, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only phillydom. I have a special guest for you today. Way of Jamaica, way of New York City,
Yeah,
way of the health field. His name is Moshe. I'm sure some of you guys know who he is.
yeah.
Let's give a round of applause for Moshe.
Bless and love, man. And let's give a big round of applause for Philly, man. He's doing a lot of good things.
Yeah.
So,
So,
okay, guys.
man, I'm happy to see you again, man.
Me
Hold on,
too,
now
my
we waiting
brother.
for the people to get on the live.
Hey, listen. Did you tell people that you don't have any more high blood pressure because of what I did
Yeah,
to you?
yeah. People
So
know.
make sure they understand that. And
People
if you
know.
we didn't do the weight thing because I forgive you, but I'm
Yeah.
happy with the fact that you don't have any more high blood pressure.
Yeah, I've been, exercising a lot more and stuff. The weight went back up a little bit because I came down
Oh,
to Atlanta. But
that's okay.
yeah, but
That's not a
I was
problem.
running today. That's why you see me with a sweatsuit.
No,
I
no,
was
that's
running
fine.
today,
I mean, exercising is good. It's not a big deal.
and then alkaline water, and then just doing a whole bunch of stuff that you told me.
Yeah, good, good, good,
Yeah,
good. All right. It's easy to do that.
yeah.
So when you're ready, you let me know, and then I'll just.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean,
Okay, so listen. All right, for the people who don't know, my name is Moshe. I'm Jamaican. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background so you guys can know who I am. Um, I am a bodybuilder. I used to be a bodybuilder, ex-bodybuilder. I win a lot of championships in the states, New York, Mr. New York City, Mr. Hercules, all these different championships. Natural bodybuilder. I never took steroids. Um, I'm also what you want to call a herbalist. I just like to call me emotion. My first healing experience happened when I was very, very young. My brother-in-law was sick with diabetes. And one day my sister called me. I was about in my teens. And she called me up. I was given this gift. I think it was a gift because I never went to school to do what I'm doing now. Right? And what I know now, as a matter of fact, I should let you guys know that I have a WhatsApp group where I post stuff. I've healed sickle cell anemia, high blood pressure, you name it. So my first experience was with my brother-in-law. My sister called me one day and told me that he has gangrene and they have him in the hospital. They want to cut off his toe. So I told her, get him out the hospital. She told me they didn't want to let him out the hospital. So I told her what to tell them, and they let him out. When he came out of the hospital, I went to the house. This was in New York City, and I prepared a smoothie, a special smoothie for him. And I go there for a week. Every day I went there for 1 week. And within a week, the gangrene was gone. And people, all the people, the doctors, the nurses in the hospital was calling me to find out what I did. So that was my first experience. All right. Now that said, I want to tell you something about health. It's all about your health. The food that you're putting in your mouth. I'm going to give a little uh, introduction, and then you can ask questions later. I don't want to get too deep, or I don't want to say too much. Um, the food you're putting in your mouth is the problem. Okay. The first thing is acids. Acids is the danger of everything. That's the bottom line. Now, everybody's on this alkaline base, on this alkaline trip, on this alkaline craze, right? But you got to remember one thing. There's over 1,000 other acids that has to be neutralized. Your body is electrical. So everything that you do creates acid. So even when you eat alkaline foods, acid is created. Why? Because acid is the byproduct of digestion. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Hydrochloric acid does not digest food. If you think I'm lying to you, go buy yourself some hydrochloric acid because they sell it in pharmacies and in health food stores. And take some corn or some cooked beans or some rice or anything you eat or some bananas. Put it in that hydrochloric acid. Come back 24 hours or 72 hours. and you will see that it's the same as you put it in. It won't break it down because you have been fed a bill of goods. They told you that hydrochloric acid digests food. Now, let me tell you why this German scientist came up with this theory that hydrochloric acid digests food. He came up with the theory because when you consume anything, and by the way, the food must be in a liquid state in order for that to digest. In order for the body to take that and convert it into stem cells in the crypts of the small intestine. All right. So this German came up with this idea because they did an experiment and they found after the person eat the food, there was a lot of hydrochloric acid in the person's stomach. And why? Why was this so? Because what happens in digestion, since our body is electrical, bicarbonate of soda, baking soda, what we call baking soda, right, comes up in the stomach, digest the food, take after the baking soda come to neutralize the acids, right, and it leaves behind the hydrochloric acid. You understand? Let me say that again. When you eat food, food must be in its liquid state for that to be of use to your body. This is why when you defecate, your food is solid and it does nothing for you. And you get stomachache and you get acid reflux. You have all these diseases. Acid reflux is a byproduct of the leftovers of the amount of hydrochloric acid that's left from the production of bicarbonate of soda that the body produces. All your digestive glands produces um, hydrochloric acid to digest your food. When you put an acidic food in your mouth, the body releases an electron to neutralize that acid. And the byproduct of that is mucus. So mucus is the byproduct of acid. All right, guys? So check this out. I'm gonna blow your mind again. Forgive me from jumping all over the place, right? But fruits, even though they're rich in minerals and vitamins, fruits are acidic. They're carbonic acid. I had a brother from Africa that got very angry with me. We became friends. I met him right here. And we were having a conversation, and he told me that he make all these juices. And I told him, I said, juices, fruit juices, are carbonic acid. The sweet that you taste in your mouth, it's an acid. Um, any kind of sugar is a detriment to your body. The body gets rid of sugar because that's a metabolic breakdown of acids. Okay, so sucrose, all these crows or whatever they are, they're all carbonic acid. Now, so the reason I'm telling you all this is so that you understand one thing. One of the diseases that's plaguing a lot of people all over the world is acid reflux. And the reason acid reflux is because we're not eating electrical foods. We're eating acid food. All the food that you're consuming these days are loaded with nothing but junk. All right. So um, later on in the program, I wanna bring you up to another problem that we have in our community. One of the big problems that we have in our community is we've been told there was a book written thousands and thousands of years ago with all the laws of how you should live, eat, sleep, what you should eat. And they took all that information out of this book and gave you today what is called the Bible. Even though it is not complete, but there is information in it that could save your life. I'm going to read some stuff from that. And I'm going to connect, during the series of shows we're going to do, some of the stuff in the Bible with spirituality. If you're not eating the correct food, you can't have a good attitude. You can't love anybody. You can't love your brothers. because you're not producing electrons. Now, let me read something for you real quick. All right? I had to write it down because I won't remember it, right? But this is one of my research. So here's what it says. It says, for where there is light, there is life. For light is life. I want you guys to pay attention to this because I'm going to make a very profound point after this. For light is life and life is light. The driving force of that life is a chlorophyll molecule, right? And this molecule is magnesium. Okay, now, this magnesium literally pulls light within the cells. Okay? Light is everything. This is why Christ said this. He says, if your eye be single, your whole body is full of darkness. But if your eyes be full of light, your whole body is full of light. What light is he speaking about? It's this light that comes from the chlorophyll molecule. That so many people, kids today, they hate vegetables, they hate greens, right? They don't want to have anything to do with anything green. But I'm going to show you the law that was written in the Bible that nobody pay attention to. Now I want to say something else to you, right? Before I get to that. Absorption, this is a statement that was written by a very, very famous research scientist. Okay, I didn't write his name down. Okay, I was in a little rush to write this piece of information. And it says absorption and organization of sunlight is the very essence of light, which is almost exclusively derived from plants. Plants are a biological accumulation of light. Light is the driving force of every cell in our body. This is why we need to consume plants. Now, I'm going to show you what they took out, what you don't notice. And this is in Genesis chapter 1, verse 30. Pay attention and read that book. Don't let them fool you and tell you the white man write the book or whatever they want to say. We're not into that. Forget about who wrote the book. Because if you go far back into history, you will see that you wrote that book. And it wasn't what it is today. So listen to this. Genesis chapter 1, verse 30. Find it for yourself. And read the laws, the dietary law, and the color of that product or that entity or whatever it is that God wants you to eat. Check this out. It says, Genesis chapter 1, verse 30. It says, every beast of the earth and every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given green herbs for meat. And it was so. So basically, you understand that, guys? You see what I'm saying? So based upon this, we can see that light is everything. The Creator is telling us the color that we must eat, right? Now, when you look at an animal, the biggest and the strongest animals in the world, even the meat that you eat, the beef, what is that animal, the strongest animal in the world, what do they eat? Vegetables. They have their head to the humble grass. The cow, the horse, the rhino, the herbivores, the orangutan, the elephant, not the orangutan, but the gorilla, lives to be 100 and something years, and you don't eat a strap of meat. Okay? So I'm not telling you not to eat meat. I'm giving you information, and you can go out and do your own research. Listen to this. If you notice, in the fall, what happens to the leaves of the tree as the sunlight hides its face from the part of the earth that we have snow? They become green, they turn green, right? Then they get yellow, then they get brown, and then what? They fall off. As they lose their chlorophyll, the life force energy, they fall off. When the light comes back, the life force energy comes back to it. This is why they tell you that vitamin D is so important, because of the sunlight. Another thing is this. Your skin is a transformer to transform sunlight into electrons. Okay? You're inside of your body. They talking, telling you that you have, what does it call it? Melanin. Guys, there is no such thing as melanin. There's only carbon. The more carbon you have, is the darker you are. This is why they want to block out the sun, because if the sun hides its face from the human race, life ceases to exist. All right, because the sun is what gives light to the chlorophyll and of the plant. The DNA of every green plant is the same as the human blood, hemoglobin. One of them is iron, one of them is hemoglobin. All right. So brother Phil, you have any questions, or let me take a pause with that information and don't go too far. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. If you have any questions, just jump in because.
No, they said you telling the truth. Somebody in the comment section, Donald
Say
Davis.
that. Say that.
Somebody in the comment section said you speaking the truth. He said you
Okay.
speaking the truth.
Thank you.
They didn't have any real questions yet. They listening.
Okay. So you want me to keep
Keep
telling?
going. You can keep
All right.
going. They listening.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm going to tell you something else. In our community, when you walk out of your house, right? The system is set up. Everything that happened, it's set up that way. It's an experiment. Cities are an experiment to get a whole bunch of people in a particular area so they can control your food, your water, everything. If you want to live, you have to get out. Now listen to this. How many days have you woke up in the morning or you go home from a hard day's work and you don't feel like cooking and the kids are hungry? What do? The first thing you do is what? You go to a so-called, I'm not going to call their names. You go to these burger joints. You go to these,
Fast food.
right. You go to these places.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell you something. You're killing yourself, my people. This is why there's so much violence in our community against our own people. Look at Chicago. Look in the so-called black community. We're killing each other. Why? Because of the food you're eating. Your body is electrical. You understand that? And if your body, look, I'm going to give you an example. When you charge your cell phone, what are you putting into that cell phone when you charge it? Anybody in the chat can answer me? I don't think so. You're putting electrons. Those electrons are what you call alkalinity. Electrons carry energy. I just read it for you from the Bible, and I just read you something about light. Close your eyes. Whoever is listening to me right now, turn off your light wherever you are. Close your eyes. And I guarantee you're going to see two things. You're going to see stars, like jumping around in different colors, moving around in the pineal gland right here. Because that is where the communication between your soul and the creator who created you exists. So he made a connection between you and him, and it's right there. Your eyes is very sensitive. When you eat food, the eyes take the electrons and the electromagnetic field from that food and convert it into energy. You understand that? Because this is the closest to anything that you will get. Now, if you close your eyes, like I told you, you're going to see those little sparkles jumping around. Depends on where you are. If you're in a dark room, you will see them. If you see darkness, that's a different ballgame. That's a subject for another game. But I'm saying to you, the reason I'm saying to you is this: light is only in chlorophyll molecule. And if I had my documents with me, I hope the next time I'm going to have those ready. I'm going to show you the scientists that they claim discovered it, which is not true. They said it was a German. It's not a German scientist. It was discovered way back in Egypt, hundreds and thousands of years ago. Just remember this. Remember who invaded Egypt and took all of the artifacts with them to their country. The French. Egypt was invaded 6 times before Napoleon. And if you look at science, and you look at all these people, they telling you, discover all these things, where are they from? None of them is in our community. Why? Okay? Because these people are the ones who stole our heritage, stole our birthright, and putting their name on it. I'm going to tell you something else that's going to blow your mind right now. They had a program trying to discover or to figure out how the pyramids was built, because the feat was so incredible they can't figure it out. But I'm here to tell you that I found out how they figured it out, how it's done. And the reason we don't know for sure is because all the people who wrote the book on Egyptology, they don't speak the language of Egyptology. And so if you don't speak, like I speak Spanish fluently, and there are words for Spanish that you won't find in English. So how are they able to take certain things and transpose it into their language? It's impossible. They never went to what we would call a storyteller. In Egypt, they only write hieroglyphs, right? And they would pass on the information to their children, and the child would tell that story to their children. So this is how they maintain their knowledge and information. What you see them writing on the wall is not the real history. They were just giving you a synopsis. Now, there is a disc. Let me show you how they did it. I was watching a seminar, because it was a science seminar, because I know some of the stuff they were going to speak about was what they took from Egypt, from Alexandria, from the greatest library in the world, and put them into the Library of Congress, into Europe, into Britain and France. They have all of those information. Okay? There was a disc that the Egyptian had. This looks like a silver dollar. These guys at this seminar, I think it was 2010, I saw that seminar. When the iPhone first came out, I don't remember, but forgive me. But I remember this particular incident where this guy had a disc similar to what I'm about to tell you. And he placed the disc underneath a pen and stepped back and touched a few things. And the disc starts to levitate and pick up the pen. And he could put that pen anywhere he wanted. He picked up another object. Listen to me, guys. Heavier than the pen. And move it. You understand me? So none of the technology you see today is new. All of the attributes that they're given to these so-called discoverers of these technology is a lie. It's not them. Just switch it around and put your face there. So the Egyptians, they got that from the Egyptians, from Kemet, from the ancients of the Bible. You see what Putin just did the other day? He opened the vault with the icons of Russia to let you know that all the people in this ancient holy relic were people with carbon. Okay? So the Egyptians had this disc. How they built it, how they lit these things, they had a disc. They have different size to lift different things. Right, guys? And they would place the disc under any object, no matter how heavy it is, and move it to exactly where they want. And this is what I found out from one of these people. That's not, he doesn't, you won't find him in America anywhere. You understand? God put it so I could get this information to tell you. Some of you probably know that. I don't know how many know. But that's how they built the pyramid. That's how they moved obelisks. That's how they moved everything. And all of these people that they telling you about, that they invent all these things. This guy, they said, discovered the laws of this, what's his name? I'm going to say Einstein, whatever. Listen to me, guys. I found something that they tell you that Einstein's discovered. I found that in ancient hieroglyphs. You understand me? That mathematical formula. It was not him. But they have all these information in their possession, so they can get whoever they want to sign their name to it. Okay? So I'm telling you this to say that you need to return to the Creator. If I have time, on the next vlog we do, I'm going to show you in the Bible where you must get back to the spiritual laws within you. You don't need to go to church, guys. It's not in the church, believe me. The churches, the people in the church are hypocrites, all of them, and liars. You hear me? Because none of them is doing the will of the Creator. This is my challenge to them. You understand? Now, the people in our community, another problem we're having, the reason why we're suffering so much, like I told you, is because of the types of food we're eating. Do you know that when Socrates went back to Greece and established this healing holistic clinic and was healing every single disease with herbs and plants? Do you know how he got that information? Socrates went, the father of medicine, whatever, went to Africa, right? And he went to Africa to study. He didn't went to study that. And he noticed that the people was not getting sick. The people was healthy. For the years that he was there, nobody was sick. And he inquired why. And they informed him that they only eat plants. They don't eat meat. Our people never ate meat until the Babylonian Empire. Never. Okay? So he was fascinated with that, and he took that back to Greece. And I'm going to show you something else. Anyway, that's for another time, but that's going to let me get too far away from my subject. Okay, so you guys need to get back to that. And one of my goals is this, is to set up something in every single so-called black neighborhood that will make you love your brothers and sisters. Why do you hate each other so much? You hate each other and you're jealous of each other. Why? You know why? Because of the food that you get. You go to Walmart just because the food is cheap and you eat up all that junk, the pesticides that's destroying yourself. Guys, let me tell you something very important. Let me give you something that you should be scared about. Your cells, your body cells, are surrounded by a fluid. Okay? Fluid. This fluid, it's an organ. There's an organ that contains this fluid. It's called the interstitium. The interstitium has what's called interstitial fluid. This fluid has to be alkaline at 8.4 or over 7.6. Just like the blood is alkaline at 7.6365. This fluid must be alkaline. If it's not alkaline, you know what is going to happen? Cells are going to start breaking down and forming diseases. All the disease you have is coming from just that one thing, nothing else. And I call it malnutrition because you're eating the wrong food. The biggest disease, the number one disease, is not acid, it's not mucus, it's malnutrition. Because if you was eating the correct food that was given to you, since that I read for you from the scrolls that was written thousands of years ago, you would never have the problems you do. If you had followed the laws of your mothers and fathers, the ancient forefathers and foremoms that we came from, you'd never have these problems. And you have to go to the sorcerer's medicine to help yourself. Listen, I'm not a doctor, I forget to tell you this. Nothing I say here is examined by the FDA, none of these organizations. This is my own experience. And the next thing we're going to talk about in the next show, Brother Phillydom, is my illnesses that gave me a lot of knowledge. God put me through things. Tuberculosis. Do you know that you can't catch tuberculosis? We're going to talk about that. I'm not going to tell you about it now because if anybody have any questions, I want them to ask. If you can interrupt us and ask the question. Tuberculosis, you can't catch it. You know why I know this? Because of my experience, guys. Tuberculosis is a germ from the bacillus bacteria, which when the cells break down, they become like a, okay, let me take it back. There is a term, you can look it up. It's called pleomorphism. Pleomorphism is the transformation of a cell, a healthy cell, to an unhealthy cell. Now, all of these major diseases that you see, HIV, tuberculosis, are coming from that bacillus bacteria it's called. And they're a rod bacteria. How do they become a rod bacteria? Let me see if I find my pen. A rod bacteria mean they look like this. They go from a circle, right? They go from a circle. Can you see that? To this. To a rod. That's called pleomorphism. And what is it? Let me tell you again. It's a cell that's going from a healthy cell to an unhealthy cell. And how does this happen? This happens because the body has very low tolerance for acid, brothers and sisters, and friends and enemies. So if you want to be healthy, why do you think when you wake up in the morning sometimes you don't feel well? You feel hazy or you don't have any energy, or you feel like this or you feel like that. There are 7 stages of acidosis. Your body is going through levels of acidosis. Okay? Even high cholesterol is not a disease. High cholesterol is a defense mechanism set up by the body to protect you from bleeding or the arteries from bleeding, internal bleeding. It forms a network like a spider web to trap the blood so it doesn't bleed out. You understand? That's what plaque is. Stones. You know what stones are? Your body leaches minerals to neutralize acid. And when those acids, if they're not eliminated, you know what happens to them? They become stones. Water retention. You know what water retention is? Your body produces water again to neutralize acid. I know a lady here. She woke up one morning, listen to this, and she could not walk. She had to lay down. Okay? When she laid down, they checked her out. Her body, you ever see a balloon when you fill a balloon with water? That's what her body was looking like. Water. I went to the family because I knew what the problem was and I could help them. Right? Yo. Guys, give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to just plug in my light real quick. I'm going to turn on my light. I'm so sorry. 1 sec. Okay, that's better. So I went to the family because I can help them, right? Another little boy here have sickle cell anemia. Oh, by the way, guys, anybody that's listening, before I make the point, that knows anybody in Africa that is connected with the leaders there in Africa, or somebody in Africa, you don't have to be connected. I would like to show you guys a very important phenomenon. And a very important, I want to break a spell that they cast on us by telling you that God gave so-called black people sickle cell anemia to fight malaria. That's a lot of talk. Okay? That's a lot of nonsense. Because I've met people that I help with that. There's one little boy, I have a WhatsApp group. And if you email me, or as a matter of fact, text me in WhatsApp. I will add you to that group, and you will see that video. This little boy had sickle cell anemia. I spoke about this before. In Spanish, they call it falsémica. And his family had to take him to the hospital every 3 months to clean his blood like a kidney dialysis and put it back, or else he's gonna die. Okay? I helped them in 2 weeks or less. Okay? Another brother had asthma, which I don't think it's asthma. It's tuberculosis. I didn't see him for, you go there, you're gonna see that video. All right? And his lungs was filled with fluid. He was in the hospital for a year, he told us. But I didn't see him for a while. And when I saw him, he couldn't breathe. People was telling me, Moshe, we have to call the ambulance to get this guy to the emergency room, even after they pulled the fluid out of his lungs. The fluid that was in his lungs was caused by this bacillus bacteria, this rod bacteria, okay, that causes the cells to transform into what we call germs. I'm going to read something for you. Listen to this. Germs are what we call germs, or what is left after the healthy cell is compromised or broken down from the acid environment created by the types of acid food you have been eating. All the food you've been eating every day. This is what germs is. You cannot catch germs. They have never isolated any one of these HIV. None of them. Anthrax have never been isolated. So in order for you to pin a name on a particular germ, it has to be isolated. So this is what a germ is. So what happened to this little brother? Just what I told you. The body creates fluid to neutralize the acid, and it was so-called in his lungs. Same thing happened to me. His lungs was filled with water, and they had to punch a hole in the lungs, pull out the water. This is why I don't knock doctors. I don't knock them. They have a purpose, okay? They help you to stay alive, okay? They have a function. The medical establishment has a function. I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you my personal experience. And these are some of the functions that they have. So even though they pulled the water out, the bacteria was still there. So he almost died a second time. So I called him over. I went. I said, listen, come back later. I bought the stuff that I need from the supermarket. I gave it to him. I tell him what to eat. I tell him what to do. And in a week, he was healthy as a horse. And he thanked me. Okay? So what I want to say is, if you know somebody that can hook me up with somebody in Africa, I want them to gather all the people in the town, in the city, in the village, in the country that has sickle cell anemia, any blood disease, and then you will hear. I'm not going to say it. With God in front of me, you will hear it. So if you know somebody that and they can pay my airfare, put me up, feed me for the time I'm there, I don't want money. I don't care about it. The Creator has given me something to share with the world, and I want to share it because I didn't go to school for this. And phillydom knows, he knows me. So, guys, once again, the reason why we cannot love each other, you cannot love somebody if you're eating junk, because the least thing they say to you that upsets you, that hurts the solar plexus, where the emotion transposed into feelings, you won't have any space to step back from that emotion. It's going to grab you because there is no electrons flowing. It's only protons. Do you know it takes 20 parts of electron to neutralize one hydrogen, one acidic atom, 20 parts. So when you go into your reserve, what do you think is happening to your body? All right. I mean, if you guys have some questions, told me some questions. You have high blood pressure, whatever it is you have. I don't want to keep talking. If you have to bring it out of me, you have to bring this information out of me. I got more, but you have to bring it out. So, brother Philly, what you
Yeah,
think?
what's
What you
going
got?
on?
What you got to say?
Well, you tell the truth about the high blood pressure. That's actually helped me. You helped me with the
Yes,
high blood pressure.
I gave him some smoothies, tell him what to do, and the rest is history. Just like my brother-in-law, that they wanted to cut his toe off, and all the nurses and the doctors was calling me. Philly, I
Wow,
couldn't believe it. My phone was ringing off the hook. At the
unbelievable.
time. So, people, listen to. I have two goals here. Two goals. I want to go into Africa and get this curse off our people's brain that's telling you that you are given sickle cell anemia so that you can fight malaria. You know what sickle cell is? I'm going to explain what sickle cell is to you so you don't believe it. It's a blood disease. There's different types of blood disorder. And all of them happens like hemoglobin problem. Your body is using hemoglobin to neutralize acid. When you have low hemoglobin, it's using as a buffer to buffer the acid in the body, or else it's going to destroy you. Sickle cell, inside a cell, there is different things, but I just focus on the two main ones: carbon and oxygen. Okay? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, whatever. But the two main ones that cause life, which is all around us, there's more. Okay? Again, it's acid. So what happens? The cell, like I told you, the fluid that surrounds these cells is very acidic. So they compromise the cell. The cell carries information, food, nutrients for organ. So when it's compromised, can't do all of that. So what happens? The acid breaks the cell. And so what happens? The carbon atom and the oxygen get out. And so they look like a C and they start clumped together. And this is why you have tumors, swellings in parts of the body. I know this from this little boy. So guys, this is my experience. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to believe what I say. I'm just telling you what I have experienced. Okay? And I've helped all kinds of people. All right? So this is what I saw with this little boy. And I've been studying food and nutrition for over 30 years because I was a bodybuilder. I win every single championship without drugs. Never took steroids. I was offered steroids by the IFBB, Jim Mannion, the president of the day. He come to me after we competed in a show called the United States versus Canada. And he came to me backstage and he said, "You're really, really impressive. You are good, but you need to take supplements." The supplements he was talking about was steroids, and they would have provided it for me, but I didn't want that kind of stuff. And I have friends who did it, and they're out of the game. Some of them is in trouble. So bodybuilding, I can tell you about. Okay, they tell you in bodybuilding, one more reps, no pain, no gain. All of that is nonsense because the more lactic acid that builds up in your body, is harder it is for the blood to get rid of it. Okay, so check this out. You know when you get tendonitis, you get inflammation of the joint when you exercise, and they said it's tendonitis. You know what that is? That is the blood pushing the acid because the blood's job is to keep the body tries to keep the blood clean. The blood needs to keep itself pure to transport oxygen and all kinds of stuff. So what happens? This acid gets pushed out into the connective tissues until you can remove it. If you don't remove it, it damages the tendons. This is what I've learned from bodybuilding, years of bodybuilding. So there's nothing nobody can tell me about bodybuilding. Even if you're a champion, Mr. Olympia, I'll put you to shame. I'll teach you how to work out. So I can talk about any subject. But this particular one is about food and nutrition. Guys, you must change the way you eat if you want to help our community.
I got a question for you. Amar said, "Is it true that cancer and diabetes can be reversed?
Absolutely, 100%.
How can it be reversed? You think?"
It goes back to what I was just saying. Cancer is the body trying, it's a breakdown of cells. The body is trying to protect you from acid. What happened in a cancerous environment is when the cells can't fight anymore, it creates it creates uh, callus or calcification around the acid, what you call tumor, right? This is why when they do biopsy, sometimes the cancer spread because the poison gets out into the bloodstream. So the body forms again, guys. These are my own experience, not examined by the Food and Drug Administration. So I'm not a doctor. This is for educational purposes only. All the things I say is about that. So the body forms this protective layer to protect you called a tumor. And when you destroy the tumor, right, you break you break that that barrier, the cancer metastasizes. And it kills what you're doing when you're doing certain treatment. You're killing good cells and bad cells. Some people are lucky to survive, some people don't. But yes, they can be reversed. Simple. If you got the money to prepare the stuff, to buy the things, you can be reversed.
Wow. And then somebody else said, Moshe, they said that he's probably smarter than most doctors.
Well, all praises to the Most High. I'm going to tell you a story. Listen to this, guys. I had in by the way, I have my restaurant is MOSHA'S REGGAE Lounge in the Dominican Republic. I'm the first authentic Jamaican restaurant. My food is life. My food is health. Don't buy Jamaican food anywhere else here, on the beach, nowhere. So let me tell you the story. About 5 months ago, two people came, right? They ordered food. And they keep coming back every day. So I'm like, I'm used to people coming back because they like the food. And one day I opened my big mouth because I like to talk about health. The moment people sit down, they open their mouth, I can address anything they want to talk about. So I started talking about digestion. And the lady said to me, Moshe, everything you're telling us is true. You sound like a doctor, right? And the reason why we saying it's true is my husband, she said, we are surgeons. This is what she said. We are retired surgeons. We open, I swear on my mommy, we open the human body every day. But the only thing is now we are retired. So we see inside the human body. She said, my husband, he has a stomach problem. For years, he's a doctor. For years. And she says this, the reason why we keep coming back to your place, this is the first time since he has this problem. He can eat and not have a problem and don't have his stomach bothering him. We take your food home, we heat it up and you eat it and you don't have a problem. I said, you know why? Because of what I put into my food. I make Jamaican food, but not I make the real Jamaican food, but what we call the ancient way, with the right stuff. And with my herbal experience, I put some stuff in it to help people's body. And she said to me, you are 100% wonderful. We are doctors. And I said, I didn't know that. She said, yes, you are doctors. And you are right. Keep doing what you're doing. And I said to her, I said, I'm going to give you a remedy to help your husband. And if it help him, you don't need to contact me anymore. If it help him, then come back to me because you're going to be paying some money. And you know what? It's been 5 months. I haven't heard from them.
Somebody else got more questions. Somebody else said, what do you say? What do you think about men suffering with, I guess, erectile dysfunction?
Erectile dysfunction again is another acidic. Hey, did you put my number up? Put
Yeah, I put
my
it up a whole bunch of times. I've been
okay,
putting it up
okay.
a whole time.
So
Let's see
put
the
it up.
comments.
I want to put them in the watch. I want to put all the people on this format in the WhatsApp group
Mhm.
so they can get information and they can talk to me.
Yeah, they see
Also,
it.
and I also build a website where you
Mhm.
can go to that website and let's say if you want a consultation, you get it. You just pay the little money, the little peso, the little dollar, and contact me. Or if you want to download a protocol for high blood pressure, whatever, you go and download it. Erectile dysfunction is simple, acid. It's acid
Uh-huh.
because what's happening is the prostate is if you have do you have does he have swollen prostate also? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
Amar,
don't worry.
what does he suffer from? Yeah.
Okay, it's acid, my friend. That's all it is. And I had a guy, Ryan is
Mhm.
another brother that I helped that had all of that. I had another brother that had all that, and I gave him a protocol, and all of that was gone. So it's coming from acid.
Okay, why said can you speak more on diabetes?
Diabetes again is sugar. It's a sugar disease. What would you like to know? But I'm going to tell you about diabetes. Diabetes is easily reversible. Is he overweight?
They
How
not
much?
telling me, they just said I
Okay,
guess they're gonna have to say more
okay.
in the comment section so you know.
All right, don't worry. It's okay. Okay. So, diabetes, uh, there's a lot of issues that can cause diabetes. If you're not eliminating your waste properly,
They said he's not overweight. The diabetes guy is not overweight.
okay. So, if you're not eliminating, you should be going to the bathroom after every meal, at least 3 hours. So, if you eat 3 meals a day, you should be defecate every day, minimum 3 times. You should be urinating to get rid of all these acidic metabolic products. And also remember this: all of your organs, the stomach, the saliva gland, the pancreas, the liver, the uh, the gallbladder produce uh, electron bicarbonate, what we call bicarbonate of soda. It produces these things to neutralize these acids. So if you're not producing these things, you're going to end up with these diseases. So if the pancreas is not functioning properly because it's not releasing enough of this digestive enzyme, or it's to neutralize. The body's purpose, all of these organs, is to neutralize acids. This is why I'm suspecting, the more I learn, that we were not intended to eat food. Because in the lost books of the Bible, the forgotten books of Eden, they tell a story which I believe because I'm a herbalist. And the story was this: when Adam and Eve went out of the so called Garden of Eden, Adam would not eat for more than 40 days, for a long time. And his wife was telling him, this is what she said to him. She said, you have to eat because your body is not the same anymore. Because he was in a lot of pain. He was in so much pain. So, what does that tell me? Pain. He ate some acidic food. Listen, don't laugh. The only reason why you get pain in the stomach is from the production of hydrochloric acid from eating a meal. Because in order for that meal to be consumed or be of use to the body must release these hydro, um, these bicarbonate molecules or products that helps to neutralize these acids. So he ate something acidic. That's why he never ate again. You notice this when after you eat a meal, your stomach hurt the heck out of you because the hydrochloric acid that's left over from the production of bicarbonate of soda is there in the stomach. eating away at the tissues, eating away at the intestinal villi, causing pain. Guys, I suspect my own stupid little mind that that's what Adam did. He ate, and we were not created to eat food. Or if we were created to eat food, there was a specific something. Remember, if you read the Bible, this is why I said read it. The Creator is going to lead you. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. So He's going to lead you into the right path. That's going to bring you to the information that you need to get closer to Him. So if you remember, one of the disciples asked Christ, he says, you haven't eaten all day. You haven't eaten anything for a long time. Something to that effect. And what was the answer? I have food you know not of. So Adam, in the lost books of the Bible, when he was having all this pain in his stomach, and his what? So how else would you have pain? It's not possible. Just like when a woman, they tell you that a woman is supposed to suffer when she's given birth because the Bible cursed her. That's a lie. You understand me? If this was so, why was it when Sarah was pregnant with twins, she went and prayed? And she says this. She said, if I am pregnant, when she went to the Lord, he says, well, you are pregnant. There are twins in your womb. Two manner of people shall be separated from thy body. Two nations are in thy womb. If I have a wife, and my wife is pregnant with twins, it's not two nations, it's one nation. So she turned to the voice and she said, if I am pregnant then, as you say, why am I thus? Why am I in so much pain? What does that tell me? That women was not having pain. You understand? And if it was a curse, why do so many women give birth to babies and they never feel 1 ounce of pain? Because that's not the pain that the Bible is speaking about. The pain the Bible is speaking about is the pain that a woman gets when she kicks the man out of the house and she have to raise that baby, especially a boy, by himself, and the boy hates that and she don't know how to deal with it. That's why the scripture said, I will bruise your heel, I will bruise his head, and you shall bruise his heel. Because the woman is going to always try to get above you and try to be the boss. If your wife tell you, get me this, you have to get it. Or else she don't give you none.
Yo, you got another question. You see it?
Okay.
You see it? I'll put it up on the screen for you.
Okay, read it for me. I can't see it.
Is betraying good for insulin resistance?
What do you say?
Betraying, I'll make sure I'm spelling it right. Beranin. I'm pronouncing it wrong or something. It's good for insulin resistance.
I didn't hear the question. Tell him to type it again and type it correctly.
No, I know it's spelled right.
What did he say?
Was it? Berberine? Berberine, good for what is that anyway? What is that?
Okay, listen. I can't give medical advice here. I can only give you ideas. If you have insulin resistance, it simply means that you have too much sugar in your bloodstream. There's too much. The body, actually, no. The body is resisting sugar. But what is that telling you? That sugar is carbonic acid. I'm telling you guys very simply. If you go back to a plant-based lifestyle, you won't have all these problems. All these problems will disappear. The problem with all of these problems, you're eating too much sugar, you're eating too much meat, all the food that is forbidden, you're eating too much of it. You can eat a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing, here's the thing. None of these food that you're eating is of any use to your body, because in order for food to be of use to your body, it must be in a liquefied state at 8.4 and fall into the crypts of the small intestine. You understand? Yeah. So I was telling you about Adam real quick.
Okay.
The lost books of the Bible. The wife told him he's having all that much pain. That means he has to eat, right? And he said, I'm not listening to you anymore, because if I listen to you again, we're going to get further into trouble. And he wouldn't listen to her. Buy that book, The Lost Books of the Bible, The Forgotten Books of Eden, and read it. It's a lot of information. And he says, I'm not listening to you. And you know what happened? An angel the Creator had to send him a so-called angel to tell him to eat because his body is not the same. His stomach had metamorphosed into what we have today. Okay? So, insulin resistance, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attack, all of these issues that we have is coming from one simple thing. The body is defending itself because you're putting too much acidic food in it. I read what you should be eating in the beginning of this
Live.
yes. So just think about it. If you need more help, well, you're gonna have my information. You know, we can talk about it. Go ahead. Anybody else?
Okay, why said, how do you reverse diabetes? Having a problem with minor droppings in the afternoon.
With what?
Oh man, what is she saying? Many droppings. I don't know what's. Sometimes it's a typo too. Droppings in the afternoon.
She have a problem with many
Mean
droppings?
dropping.
With what?
Mean, MINE. Dropping,
Mind.
wine dropping in the afternoon. Men
I,
or mon- she
I don't
spelled it wrong. It's
I don't know
spelled.
what it is.
She used another word. I don't know the word
But
either.
but but I don't know if she's talking about defecating, which is doo doo.
Yeah, probably that's what she's talking.
So if she's I don't know what kind of problem she's having. Tell her to take my WhatsApp
Let me
and
put it out
contact
there
me.
again.
Yeah, because I need to talk more. I'm not getting enough info. Oh, let me see here. How do you reverse diabetes? I have a problem with my dropping. I don't know. That doesn't tell me anything. Does it mean she's not defecating? And also, one of the problems with diabetes is defecating. So if you can't, if the intestines are blocked, if your alimentary canal is blocked, you're gonna have these problems. So we have to detox the colon, the large, the small intestine, the blood. All right, all of these systems of elimination have to be cleared up. They have to be
Okay, you
cleared
got
up.
more. There's a whole bunch of them coming in. Dark Star 44. They say that the apple cider was really pomegranate high in
They say that apple was really pomegranate.
high in vitamin A and antioxidants.
Apple. So what is this question?
That's her as a female.
Okay, what is her
Wait,
question?
I don't know. That's what she said.
What?
I
Oh,
don't
she's
know.
just giving us information.
She probably giving us some information.
Okay, all right. If you want to put
I don't
information,
Yeah.
you're gonna ask a question. Phrase it in the form of a question. Okay. If
Okay,
you
we got another one from Stefan. He said, "Can the body survive 2 weeks without food?"
yes, the body can survive, but this is what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? Your body is gonna start to take minerals from your bones, your muscles, tissues, and organs.
Mhm.
Okay, to maintain life. This is why you have to know what you're doing when you're fasting. This is why when people are sick and they can't eat, they start withering away because the body starts to take these minerals. Guys, your body does not run on protein, calories, or none of that. Your body runs on minerals. There is the Bible, the science has discovered there's 104 minerals in the human body, right? And out of the 104, there's 92 of them that's found they say in semen, right? So what does that tell you? They haven't found any calories in your body. They haven't found any protein. Protein is just a lack of a better word. But um, protein, uh, food, all of these things that the body needs is coming from its own self. If you're not providing it, the body will take it from itself. So yes, you can survive. Depends. I don't know. Depends.
What
What's
about
gonna
intermittent fasting? That's my question. 'Cause I know some
intermittent?
people that eat like they'll eat one day, then they won't eat the next day. They'll eat the next day.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
good? So they eat every
well,
other day.
well I think that will work if you're trying to lose weight. But if you're trying to solve a health problem, from my experience, it will help, but it won't fix the problem. It will help you to feel better. But here's the thing: intermittent fasting, meaning you eat one meal a day.
Mhm.
Like you don't eat, so you don't have breakfast, and you eat at 2 o'clock. That's fine. And you go back again. But after a while, after the body comes accustomed to that, it's going to start leaching, taking stuff from itself to supply what you haven't supplied. Because when you don't eat, there's a lot of stuff that the body needs. This is why we don't really get old. I don't call it old age. I call it mold age, because what is happening is, as the body lacks these nutrients, right?
Mhm.
And acid starts setting in and breaking down these tissues. Mold starts setting in. You see what I'm saying? So all these molds start making you wrinkle and start looking a certain way. And I discovered this most recently over the years that I've been a bodybuilder and food and nutrition. So yes, you can survive, and you can, intermittent fasting is fine, brother. You know, you can eat you can eat once a day. That's fine. I do it. You know, but what you eat is important. Are you getting enough stuff into your body?
All right, they talking about bagels now. They saying why I said bagels are poison to your system. It's like eating 2 meals. Eating a bagel is like eating 2 meals.
Eating a bagel?
Yeah.
No, bagel is just it's an acidic. It's nothing. It doesn't do anything for you. But remember this very important thing right here. Remember this, guys. I read it for you before. I read it for you before. Everything that you put into the body must be of electrical potential. Bagel does not have electrical potential. It does nothing for you but cause your body to produce electrons from the reserve that you have and produce mucus and acid and kill you quick.
Okay. D said, hold on, let me put it up there. Using apple cider vinegar will clean, I guess, the liver.
No, apple
It
cider
doesn't clean.
vinegar.
It doesn't clean the liver.
Apple cider vinegar has a pH of 1.5. Don't put that in your body. Don't listen to nobody. It creates fungus in your body. There is
Apple
no
apple
apple
cider
cider
vinegar.
vinegar.
Oh wow! Because
It's a
when I went to
ferment.
Alaska, they had us using
And,
that, so we wouldn't get
and
sick.
listen to me. What the body is doing, one of the problems the body have is getting rid of fermentation. Like fruits. When you eat fruits, it ferments. It ferments in the body. You should not eat fermented food. Tofu, none of that. Apple cider vinegar is a no-no. On the next talk, I'm going to tell you about apple cider vinegar.
Okay, and then we got. I don't even know what she said. Let me try. What about maca and I'm not even sure.
Maca fruit?
Yeah, you know what that
Yeah, that's
is?
fine. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
fruit. It's from the Andes. It's a
Ash
good fruit.
guandu. Ash
Huh?
guandu. Ash
Ashwagandha?
guanda. Yeah.
Ashwagandha. Yes, that's good.
What is that?
Ashwagandha, it's a B12.
Okay, so that's good. That's healthy for
It's,
the body.
yeah, yeah. The pH is not the best, but it's good B12. If you can get enough of it, it's better than taking a lot of the B12 supplements.
Okay.
But if you eat enough greens, you get enough B12.
Jalen, sorry about that. I finally got to your questions. Okay. Celtics said, I know. Fruits, vegetables, fish. I do drink a lot of milk.
No fish. If you're
Don't
going to
eat.
be a vegan, you can't eat fish.
Okay.
If you're going to be a vegetarian, that's
Yeah.
what the word says. I
Yeah.
read it for
Fruit,
you.
veggies.
Let me read it again.
Yeah. I know.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 30. That's the law. Every beast of the earth and every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given green herbs for meat, and it was so.
Mhm.
Make a note of that.
Okay.
Go ahead, ask me the questions, doesn't matter.
Okay, let's see what she said. Miss Y. Miss Y, how you doing today, Miss Y?
This way.
Miss Y said, I
Okay.
love, she's saying she loves fish, but baked with vegetables is like not having a meal. Is that true? So I love fish, but I guess it's baked with vegetables.
It's baked with vegetables.
Yeah,
But
it's
baked with vegetables is like not having a
not having a
meal.
meal.
So she want me to tell her about that or something?
Yeah.
So listen, okay, fish. Fish is very acid forming. Remember, the body enemy is acid. Fish does not liquefy. Remember what I said, guys. I'm giving you the secret of life and youth here.
Mhm.
Fish do not liquefy. In order for anything to be of use to your body, it must be in a liquid state and alkaline. When you recharge your phone or you buy batteries, they're alkaline batteries. Energy.
Mhm.
Is the fish alkaline? But they tell you can eat fish oil. Why? Because the fish eat the vegetables
Mhm.
that are in the ocean. The ocean is alkaline at 8.4. This is why they put nuclear plants on an ocean floor to harness the energy from that. So go ahead, I'm listening for the question.
Let's see what else they got here. Okay, here we go. They asking a lot of questions. Boy, they came to life. Stefan, aka Amar, the Dominican Republic representative. He said, "Are sweet
Big up
potatoes?
yourself.
Yeah, are sweet potatoes good for the body?"
No, it's sugar. Bottom line, it's sugar. It's carbonic acid. My
So,
topic is about
uh,
against acid.
wow.
We can continue that next time, but no, it's not.
So, what food would you say if somebody wanted to eat? You know, some people like me, I like eating like the same food over and over. What's a good food instead of him eating like sweet potatoes? What type of food could he eat over and over
Okay, um,
that would be healthy?
garbanzo. You can take garbanzo bean and make dumplings with it. You know how to do that?
No,
I'm
they
gonna tell
probably
you.
don't.
I'm gonna tell you how. You soak it. You put a quarter teaspoon of baking soda in some garbanzo. Soak it overnight. You cook it the next day. You take it. You crush it up the next day. All right. You crush it. You cut up some peppers. You cut up onion. You
Mhm.
put some cloves, a little sea salt, and you make some baked dumplings with it. Because what you need is starch. So if you're looking for starch, it's better to use these things. Or you boil some quinoa. Quinoa, you know quinoa,
Yeah.
the red one, right? And
Mhm.
you put it in a blender and you blend it up. And you put some garbanzo flour and you,
Mhm.
you make soup or whatever you want to do with it. You're looking for starch. It's not the kind of starch that is going to help you. Even though starch is heavy. Let me tell you again. One of the problems why people, one of the reason why people have high blood pressure is when you eat these heavy foods, right? The blood have a hard time pushing it. So the
Mhm.
heart has to push harder. It's too thick. This is why they give you these blood thinners, high blood pressure medication to thin out the blood so the heart is have to work less. That's it. It's not necessarily the excess fluid. This is my opinion. It's the heavy substance that's in the bloodstream. The blood is trying to replace, and it's coming
Okay.
from all these starchy foods like potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice. You can eat it once in a while, but
Mhm.
don't eat it every day.
It can't
Sweet
be a
potatoes,
habit.
eat it every day, guys.
Okay. D. Grant said you have to eat meat. There is no substitute for it. If you eat just beans, which contains lecitins, will destroy your kidneys and gut. Your kidneys and guts. They want to
I'm
eat meat.
laughing.
They want to eat
Okay,
meat.
so listen to this guy. I'm gonna tell you something. Have you ever noticed? I'm gonna blow up his mind right now. Have you ever noticed The guys are the people that eat meat. When they pass wind, it stinks like they're rotting inside.
Yeah.
Because meat rots inside your stomach. You look at an animal uh, you look at any animal that just died, right, in
Hmm.
the wild, and look inside its stomach, and you see what's in it. It stinks. So meat. Listen, I'm not here. I'm here for the people who want a different way. I'm not here to convince anybody what to do. I'm
Uh-huh.
not your doctor. I'm not your advisor. So whoever want to eat meat, I don't eat it, and I support it because you have to eat it to find out what it does. In my restaurant, I cook it. My goal is to close that and go into full-fledged vegan. And when I go full-fledged vegan, it's going to be like nothing you ever seen or tasted in your life, and it's
Wow.
going to be healthy for you. So
Wow.
if you want to beans,
Uh-huh.
if somebody says beans the meat is better than meat, it shows the condition of the mind of anybody who thinks that. It's not even worth a response. Out of respect, I won't. I won't even respond to it.
Wow.
It's that bad.
And somebody said, age 65 said, dang, I just brought 2 sweet potatoes. They're
No,
big on the sweet potato thing.
eat it, brother. You
Yeah.
know why? You know
It's a
why?
lady. It's a lady, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You know why? It's a big thing. I'm going to tell you something. Again, we are programmed from we were children to eat these foods, and once you introduce these things to the taste buds, it never goes away until it starts to cause problems, and you wake up and say, "I stopped doing this." Okay? Do you know that you're not supposed to give your children hard food until the molar starts coming in? Because until before that, they have to develop certain taste buds for certain things. Like this is why a child is healthy until you take it off breast milk. This is why they want you to stop breastfeeding your children because that's how they kill you quick. So eat the baked potato, eat the sweet potato, but just this is the first time, guys. Don't go throw out what's in your fridge right now. Something for you to think about. Any more?
Let me see. Yeah. This one, boom. The meat question again. She said, yes, meat needs to be passed through your body in like 24 hours. Peanuts help me keep I guess bowels clear.
What did he say? Say that again. I didn't hear.
She said, yes. She said, yes, meat needs to be passed through your body. And like it's meat passes through your body like in 24 hours. So she uses peanuts to help me keep it, I guess to keep the bowel movement flowing through.
So she's asking if okay, peanuts is another
Like
fungus.
she's eating red meat, but she's using peanuts to make it go through
No,
the body.
no. That's not gonna work.
Uh,
Peanuts is worse. In a couple of years, you're gonna be so sick. You won't wonder, you don't know what hit you. I don't know how old you are, but if eating
He
these
is a
things.
woman, that's a female.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Over the years, when the body cannot handle these acids anymore, produce again. This is why it's important. My project. I hope I get to do it. I want to put in every one of our big communities something there that all of these problems we having with food will not exist.
Mm.
Will not exist. It'll be like a McDonald's, but a healthy one
Wow.
with some real stuff in there. You can come there if you're sick, and in a day you walk out feeling better.
Okay. And then we got Stefan said, what about blueberries, grapefruit, and strawberries? Can you eat that every day?
I don't. Blueberries is okay. It doesn't really matter um, the nutritional content. Here again, it's the acidic. It's loaded with carbonic. These have carbonic acid. They're very nutritious. Pineapple. All of these things, guys. Remember, but I'm telling you this. If you go and get a blood test, check the pH of your urine, or buy some pH strip. Check the pH of your urine. Go get a blood test and check all these acids. Let them check these acid levels, and you'll see how high they are. And these are the things that's going to break down tissue. They're just going to come crashing down one day. So blueberries, strawberries, you can eat them, but I wouldn't eat them every day. Unless, guys, unless you can neutralize the acid that they produce. You must be able to neutralize the acid they produce. If you can't neutralize, you're going to have to go.
Okay, he's saying, what can he eat then? He said, what can he eat then? Safan said, what can he eat?
Well,
Every day. Vegetables?
You know what I eat?
What you eat?
I said it's so boring.
You eat what?
It's boring. I eat kale, cucumbers. I don't even eat beans.
You don't even eat beans?
And if I take you to the gym,
Yeah.
I get you to bring me the strongest guy you can find.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat meat. I don't eat beans. All I eat is vegetables. I don't even eat fruits.
You don't even eat fruit?
Not even fruits.
Why?
Well, because I told you, fruits is carbonic acid. It almost killed me. What I'm telling you is my.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. I didn't know until my research led me to these things. I was like everybody else, brother, eating all of this crap over the years. I used to eat 3 chickens a day as a bodybuilder. I was 220 pounds. Now I'm 170.
Yeah.
As a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You see my photo. Did I show them to you, Philly?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen all your work. I know.
It's no joke.
Yeah, you was ripped up.
So what I'm telling you is what I've been through. Fruits, all the food you're eating, you're gonna pay a price on it.
So you can't eat bananas every day.
No.
Why?
It's again
Acid.
Carbonic acid. You can't mess with that. You can't mess with that. If you want to stay healthy and if you want your body to be alkaline, you have to find foods and research that has less acids in it. And if you're going to eat acid foods, you must neutralize those acids. There's ways to neutralize them. If you don't neutralize them, they're going to destroy the crypts of the small intestine. And after a while, you can't produce stem cells. You're going to start to get sick. You're going to start to develop sickle cell. You're going to start all kinds of problems. Even high blood pressure, even diabetes, even cancer. All of these things is coming from this high acidic food that our people are used to consuming. Why don't they put a whole food store in our neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I went to New York the other day, and the only place that I could find, maybe now you can find them, a juice bar, was in some of the Jamaican communities.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find natural food in our communities in America, but you find it in the communities.
Okay, he said, I'm going to he's going to be in trouble in the Dominican Republic because his girlfriend wants him to eat all the food that she's going to cook for him.
Well, brother, you decide. I can't tell you what to do. You make that call. It's again, like I said, women, if you cannot say no, guys, you got a problem. Because she can do anything. But that's up to you. But nobody can get me. Since I know now.
Yeah.
Since now I know what. 1 second. Yeah, yes, sir. Can I help you? Okay. I just said somebody walked. So if you cannot say no when it comes to your health, if you know something is not good for you, and somebody can force you to do it, you're gonna have to do it.
So you can eat stuff, but in moderation, not that much.
Yes, yeah, yes, you can do that because
So,
there's gonna come a day when
yeah.
these things are gonna be a problem, and then you're gonna take a second look.
Okay.
So I would say to you, eat them, do whatever you have to do until
Hmm.
the time comes when your moment of truth arrives. When the student is ready, the master will appear.
When the student is ready, the master will appear.
Yes.
that's, that's a good saying. You've been on for an hour, 25 minutes. I don't know if you want to keep going or you want. It's up to
Well,
you. But-
let's go a little more.
Okay.
They got questions, or after this, we can get as much as we can, and they can stay tuned for the next one.
Okay. Okay. Now you got Y. Mrs. Y said, I guess he said, I will follow up. I'm eating more cravings and never to be full but satisfied. I will have a hard time giving up grapes. You can't eat grape. Okay, they got a lot of citric acid in grapes.
Yeah,
All
they can eat anything they want. You can eat cardboard if you want.
all winter.
Eat anything. Yeah. I'm just here to
Extremely
tell you.
sweet. She said she have a problem giving up grapes.
Okay, that's fine. When the time comes, you will give it up.
Okay,
What
she
I'm telling
said
you.
she's gonna. I'm going to come meet you, Moshe, when I get there, so I can get more educated. She's
Well,
gonna
you know
come
what?
here or meet you.
Listen, you know what? Don't forget to tell them that I'm coming to the States, God, with God in front. We're
Yeah,
gonna do road shows. Remember that. And
yeah,
I'm gonna be selling CMOS and products. So we're gonna do shows on the street in New York, wherever, right? Right, brother?
yeah.
So you gotta keep you. That's why you need to get on the WhatsApp group. Take my number. Stay in touch with me, and then
Yeah, they
he's
see
gonna
it. I put
tell.
it up there again. It's right there. They see it.
Yeah,
Take down this information, guys. It's in the comment section.
yeah. Put all my information there. Very important that you get connected with me.
Okay. AJ Studio said, question for the scale. What's the sake? I guess the sake of weight loss and eating healthy. Is there a particular fruit or set of foods that really help with weight loss?
How much does he weigh?
How much you weigh? See, he needs a lot of information because it varies from person to person. I do know that.
Yeah, that's true. But then, yeah. So this is why I'm gonna give him a little bit of info. This is
Mhm.
why I said we don't have enough time to get into these things because it takes a little bit more attention because I need to find out a lot. Get all the information. Get my information
Mhm.
and contact me. I'm building a website to answer all of these questions for you. This is why you need to get in touch with me. All right. Um, Weight loss again, food. Also, guys, fat. If you're overweight, your body is producing these. The body is using fat to neutralize the acid in your body. Again, you see what I'm saying? The body is producing the fat to neutralize the acids. So the most important thing that you have to keep in mind is acid. The food I'm putting in my mouth. How much acid, what's the pH value of that particular food? And then am I neutralizing these acids? Okay, go ahead.
Stefan said, what about brown rice and black beans?
I mean, you can eat it, but if you're looking for perfect health, it's the name of my WhatsApp group. Perfect
Mhm.
health, pH, perfect health.
Yeah, that's not
I wouldn't touch those.
because of
Better to eat
starch.
some wild rice.
White rice is better than brown rice.
Wild,
Wild rice.
wild rice.
Okay, and what color is that rice?
It's black,
Black. Black
black.
rice. Okay,
It's wild
they eat
rice.
that in Haiti. I see them in Haiti eating that.
The real rice. That's real
The
rice.
black rice. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
electrical, but you can't eat
Oh,
too much of
okay.
it. It's still starchy, but it's better than all those two you mentioned.
Okay, they're asking about the sea moss right now. No, wait a minute. Where's it? No,
I'm
right
gonna
here.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
selling sea moss, the real sea moss. There is two types of sea moss that's very popular right now.
They saying sea moss burdock.
Cronjus, Cronjus crispus, the one that Dr. Sebi held up when he was describing the minerals. That's the only one that has those minerals. The other one that you find everywhere don't have all of that. So I'm gonna be carrying that. By the way, guys, can I say one thing about Dr. Sebi?
Yeah, they listening.
Huh?
They listening.
Listen, um, do you know who killed Dr. Sabi? And I'm saying this to tell you guys how complacent you are to what happened to our people. All right? Who killed him? They said Dr. Sabi died in Honduras from pneumonia. Okay? Now, our people are the ones who killed this man. And the reason I'm saying this is when that man got arrested, nobody went to see him. Nobody. And he had so many followers, and nobody went down to Honduras. If people went, I don't know. But if 100 people, 200 people had gone there every day, he would be alive today. Nobody was there for him. That's terrible. So that's my take on him. You guys, all of you out there, was not there for him. This is important, guys. Very important. So the reason he died was because nobody was there for him. Nobody. And the fact that nobody was there for him, the reason why nobody was there for him is that's how people are. We're not supportive of each other.
Mhm.
And it pains me when I see all these people making all this money, calling his name, Dr. Savior, blah, 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 using his product, and nobody was there for him when he needed it. It's a shame. It's a shame. That's all I got to say. Go ahead. I got to
Somebody
answer
gave,
two more questions and I got to go. We got
okay,
to.
somebody gave you a message. Hold on.
And I'm gonna go
Yes,
along with
Burdock Root. Burdock Root.
with respect. I just want to say that both of those sickness
Hey, Peter, how you doing? Hey, that's Peter from Belize. Hey, brother,
it
what's
takes
up?
time to get cancer. It takes time to develop diabetes, so it takes time to cure it. I'm gonna go in live with you in a few minutes. Let me try to go in right now.
Listen, I gotta go. We gotta do another program.
Yeah, we'll do one next
Guys,
next
we got
week around like Wednesday around this same day.
yeah, we do another one and then you guys come in early because I can't I got people waiting for me.
Yeah, he's
I
running a
got business
restaurant, guys.
yeah, so I
We'll
can't
take
wait anymore.
we'll take one more question.
One more question and then I have to go.
What about mushrooms and onions and
Mushrooms are a
cauliflower?
fungus. You're not supposed to eat mushroom. No
Okay.
matter what they say about mushroom, it is a fungus and the body. Listen, when you get old and you start to get old, I'm gonna say this loud. Your body is literally molding, and the molding is coming from the cellular breakdown that turns into mold and all of these other issues. You know, when you open your refrigerator and you look at old food that you have for a month, and that's the same thing is happening to your body. Mushroom will do that. I don't care what nobody say about that. There's scientific evidence to back that up. You can eat it, but I'm just telling you.
What about onions
Onions, yeah, onions is okay.
and
Garlic,
cauliflower?
I don't know. Garlic, I don't know.
Garlic and cauliflower.
Cauliflower, no. It's better to eat broccoli. Even though broccoli is high in uric acid, you can eat it better. Better than eating mushroom.
Okay. Okay.
So tell them to stay tuned. I
Yes.
really have to go. People are gonna cut my head off. I got people waiting for me.
Okay. Well, take care of the
Guys,
customers, man.
I'm sorry, guys. I wish we could be more, but I have to go. I got people waiting for me. I got another person coming to see me. I got some properties up, some villas that they want me to sell for them. So I have to go. I don't want to do this, but I have to go.
All right.
Brother Phil,
Yes, my brother.
I'll call you after I get done with what I'm doing
Okay.
here.
They
And we,
asking about the cost. How much is your cost? They just asked.
what about,
A
what do you say?
consultation on your cost. Why said how much is your cost? So I'll give you a consultation or whatever.
Maybe,
When they hit you up on WhatsApp, I told
yeah,
them
hit me up on WhatsApp.
hit them up on WhatsApp
Tell
so
him
I
to
can
get
talk
in
to
the
you.
WhatsApp group, take my WhatsApp number, and all these people with all these issues, get in the group and text me personally.
That's his WhatsApp. Y'all see it? I keep sending it in there. Take down that number. That's his WhatsApp number.
Take my WhatsApp number, take my Instagram, take my all of that stuff. And if you come to the DR, you come see me.
Yeah, he
MOSHA'S
easy for me.
regular.
It's a Sasua.
No, Sosua.
Sasua. Porta
So,
Plata.
so brother Phil,
Yeah.
un placer, as they say in Spanish.
Yeah.
and the Most High bless.
Thank you.
And don't forget to let them know I'm coming to New York. We're gonna do some crazy stuff with this.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we can try to go again on Sunday or something if I got time or something.
Yeah, let's talk about it next week.
We'll talk about it next week.
All right, brother.
All right, then. Talk to you guys later.
All right. Talk to you guys.
Yes.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, guys.
Everybody.